All right, let's go over this teach me how to factor practice we did from last night. Let's go to work. The first four problems were all about finding the greatest common factor. Okay, we got to find what number goes in and how many times it goes in. Remember that factor could be said division, and that's what we're going to do here. Okay, what is the greatest common factor? I can see right away that I can pull out a 4, and most people get that, but also see that there's a K in each one of those. So I can pull out a 4K. Since that's my greatest common factor and I can pull it out, now I got to think division, okay? I got to take each of these and divide them by 4K. For example, -8 divided by 4 is a -2. And then when you divide variables, you just have to subtract their exponents. So k to the fourth minus k to the 1 is k to the third. And then I do the same thing for the second term, divided by 4k. Now the 4 over the 4 cancel, and k to the second minus k to the 1 is k to the first, so it ends up being plus k. And then finally, divided by 4k, the k's cancel, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So factoring and pulling out the greatest common factor is really division. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 2, I can see that I can pull out what's the largest number that goes into all three of these would be 9. And since they're all negative, I'm going to pull out a -9. Then I can also see that there's an n in all three of those, and this is the smallest n, so I can pull that out. So I can pull out a -9n. Now what I end up doing is dividing each one of these by a -9n. Well, -90 divided by -9 is 10. And n to the fourth divided by n is n cubed. Remember, we subtract the exponents. So 4 minus 1 is 3. Do the same thing for the second term, divided by a -9n. Well, -27 divided by a -9 is a positive 3. And then 2 minus 1 is, that was ugly 3. Let's fix that, is n. In the final term, divided by a -9n, it's n over n, so those cancel. And then 18 divided by 9, or -18 divided by -9, is a positive 2. And right here is where we factored out a -9n. Now, you can FOIL or distribute to check your work. You can take this and multiply it back times all three of those, and you'll see that you end up with your original value there. We'll try the second row. Number 3. What's the largest number I can pull out of 24, 42, and 30? I can pull out a 6. And since there's no x value here, I can't pull out an x like I could in the first two. I can only pull out a 6. Now that makes it a little easier because now my variables won't change. I just have to go 24 divided by 6 is 3x to the 7th. 42 divided by 6 is 7x squared. And 30 divided by 6 is a -5. A little easier when there's no variable in all the spots. Looking at number 4, what's the largest number I can pull out between 12, 60, and 18? Again, I believe that to be a 6. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 60 divided by 6 is 10. So plus 10, b to the 5th. And then 18 divided by 6 is 3, b to the 8th. And there is taking out my GCF. We'll be working with that more and more as we move forward. The rest of these are the factoring and following that process that we talked about yesterday. Just a quick refresher of the process. Is there a GCF? Is there a leading leading coefficient. And then that answer there is, if it's no, we split in signs, and then we list the factors of the constant. We'll worry about yes later. Okay, all of these, just telling you right now, all of these are going to be no. There's no leading coefficient. All right. Well, let's go. Let's do it. Number 5. Is there a GCF? No. Is there a leading coefficient? No. So split in signs. X in each. Signs tell me they're going to be opposite, so a plus and a minus. Factors of 90. 1 and 90. 2 and 45. 3 and 30. 4 does not go in. 5 and 18. 6 and 15. 7 doesn't go in. 8 doesn't go in. And 9 and 10. Which of those come together with opposite signs to get me a 1? Larger number gets the sign from the middle. So the 10 gets the plus. 10 goes there. 9 goes there. Number 6. Is there a GCF? No. Is there a leading coefficient? No. So split in signs. Put a variable in each. Signs are, again, opposite. Factors of 12. 1 and 12. 2 and 6. 3 and 4. Which of those come together to get me a 4 with the opposite signs? 2 and 6. The larger number gets a sign from the middle. Number 7. No GCF, no leading coefficient, so split in signs. Put a variable in each. Signs are the same, both positive. Factors of 30. 1 and 30. 2 and 15. 3 and 10. 4 doesn't go in. 5 and 6. Which of those come together with the same sign to get me 11? 5 and 6. Number 8. No GCF, no leading coefficient, so split in signs. Put a variable in each. Signs are the same, both positive. 20. Got 1 and 20. 2 and 10. 3 doesn't go in. 4 and 5. Which of those come together to get me a 12? 2 and 10. Oh, rocking and rolling now. Number 9. No GCF, no leading coefficient. Split in signs. Variable in each. Signs are going to be opposite, so a plus and a minus. Factors of 16. 1 and 16. 2 and 8. 4 and 4. Which of those come together with opposite signs to get me a 6? 8 minus 2 is 6, so 8 gets the sign from the middle, so 8 has to be negative. 2 is positive. 10. Is there a GCF? Why, yes, there is. There's a P in both of those terms, so I can pull that out. And let me move that over so I can pull that out. And P divided by P is P, and 7P divided by P is 7. So boom, there. I've done that one. That one was set up to trick you. We keep doing all these ones without a GCF. There was one that had one. 11, no GCF, no leading coefficient. Variable in each. Signs are the same, both negative. Factors of 20. 1 and 20. 2 and 10. 4 and 5. Which of those come together to get me a 9? 4 and 5. 12, no GCF, no leading coefficient, so split in signs. Variable in each. Signs are the same, both positive. Factors of 90. 1 and 90. 2 and 45. 3 and 30. 4 doesn't go in. 5 and 18. 6 and 15. 9 and 10. Which of those come together with the same sign to give me 19? 9 and 10. Number 13. No GCF, no leading coefficient. Split in signs. N, N. Signs are the same, both negative. Factors of 10. 1 and 10. 2 and 5. Which of those come together to get me a 7? 2 and 5. No GC 14. No GCF, no leading coefficient. Split and signs. Variable in each. Signs are the same, both positive. Factors of 42. I got 1 and 42, 2 and 21, 3 and 14, 4 does not, 5 does not, 6 does, 6 and 7. Which of those come together to get me a 13? 6 and 7. Number 15, is there a GCF? Why, yes, there is. Again, notice there's two variables or a variable in every term here, so I can pull out that variable. Pull out an n. N squared divided by n is n, and negative 8. N divided by n is a negative 8. And the last one, number 16, there is no GCF, no leading coefficient. Therefore, split in signs, variable in each. Signs are the same, both negative. 60, I got 1 and 60, 2 and 30, 3 and 20, 4 and 15, 5 and 12, 6 and 10, 7 and 8, nope, 9, nope. All right, so there we go. Which of those come together with the same sign to get me a 16? 6 and 10. There you are. That's how you should have done on your homework from last night. Please tell me how many you got right. You know, at the very top, let's get back into the habit of putting how many we got right. So the number right over how many we did, which in this case was 16. All right. Have a great day.